Hey Ryan, how are you today?
I'm alright. How you doing?
Doing well, thanks. It's good to see you.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
So last week we kind of were just talking about, your relationship and you were having some issues. You have any updates for, from last week to this week?
Well, one big update is that we're no longer seeing each other.
Sorry.
Sorry, I guess.
Okay. How did that come about?
Well, we've been like arguing and stuff,
Yeah.
and just things have just been weird, and it just came to a point where we were like, okay, like, don't really have the energy to do this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, well, I'm very busy with school and stuff anyway, so maybe we should just move on.
Well, how did you feel after that
Um,
conversation?
like I was able to kind of understand where she's coming from, and I haven't really been super happy in the relationship anyway. I don't know. I'm just kind of. It's still fresh, but
Yeah.
um, at first I was a little tearful about it. I mean, I can understand where she's coming from, like I said, but it just really sucks. It just hurts.
Yeah. So the hurt that you've been experiencing, how has that affected you?
I don't know. Like overall, I just kind of feel like I'm not good enough. Like I don't really feel adequate, I guess, in terms of being good enough for a relationship or being good enough for someone else.
Okay. Now you've had other relationships before, right? This
Mhm.
wasn't just your first relationship.
Right.
Did you have similar feelings after the breakups, or?
With the last one, previous to this one, or prior to this one, it was my call on the breakup, and I kind of felt like I had more control over it. And it's what I wanted. But this, I didn't feel like I truly wanted this.
Okay.
And it's kind of hard to come to terms with it, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's really got me, like, just, like, sad about it. Like, my self-esteem is really kind of plummeted.
Your self-esteem has plummeted since then. Okay. So to be sad is understandable.
Mm-hmm.
But your feelings of sadness, what I hear you say, is a reflection of how you feel about yourself.
At the moment, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Now, we kind of talked about different, like, cognitive distortions last week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I kind of hear some in how you're talking currently. So it seems like you're personalizing this breakup, and what you're doing is taking your negative feelings and kind of overgeneralizing who you are as a person based amongst your low self-esteem.
Okay.
Do you agree with that, or?
Yeah, to hear you say that really kind of puts it into perspective, I guess, because, I mean, I was doing that, and I still am doing that, but I didn't, I guess, realize that I was doing that.
How could you not personalize or overgeneralize the feelings of sadness, which are normal?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, like, I don't feel that our relationship was that bad, and I don't feel like I was that bad of a boyfriend. So, um, and one of the biggest reasons for it is that, it just didn't feel right, and, she's very busy.
Right.
And I think that has a big impact on it. And maybe it's not so much me, maybe it's what she's got going on.
Right. That's really good insight. So, let's look at the activating event. You and your girlfriend recently broke up.
Mhm.
Okay. Your belief behind the breakup was what?
Like, my belief after it happened? Really that I'm just not good enough.
Okay. So your belief is based upon your breakup. You feel no longer good enough
Mhm.
because of the breakup. What emotional consequences do you suffer based off that belief?
Really, it's had a really bad impact on like my self-esteem and like how I see myself, and I've just been in such a like bad mood, and I feel like I'm more irritable now, and like I maybe I take it out on people, and I don't mean to. I just like you said, I did internalize it and personalize it, and it's really eating me up from the inside. I feel like, and I just don't like the way I'm feeling.
Would you like to change the way you feel?
Absolutely.
All right. So let's identify the belief was. You said your belief was that you're not good enough, right?
Yeah.
Try to just dispute that belief.
That I'm not good enough for like a relationship.
Yeah, like that's what you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
To dispute that. Well, like I mentioned, I mean, I've had previous relationships,
Yeah.
and they weren't all that bad. Um, I don't know. Like, I guess the fact that I've had a few relationships shows that people saw something in me at one point or another and enjoyed my company enough to have me around, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, and your ex that you're referring to, and I mean, obviously she's seen something in you as well because she was in a relationship with you as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, with you disputing that, would you say that your belief is rational?
Probably not. I think I might have. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think I might have been overgeneralizing, like you said, and I don't know. Like, I kind of do like an all or nothing type thing. Like, I just felt like I wasn't good enough, so therefore I'm not good enough.
Right. And as evidenced by you being in prior relationships, you were good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Considering the fact that the last relationship you were in, you said you left by choice.
Yeah.
So, feelings your feelings are valid, but they're also temporary. Do you see yourself feeling this sadness a year from
now? Given my past experiences with relationships ending, I know I felt like this in the past, and it didn't last forever. I mean, I had plenty of time to, reinvent myself or, just be alone and enjoy my own company for a while.
Right.
And maybe this would be an opportunity to do that as well.
I really like what you just said. I think that is that's really powerful because you're able to show resiliency.
Yeah, I guess so.
So I'd really like to see you continue with that thinking, and put it in use. So moving forward, like let's stay on the same page together, right? Because you've identified that your belief wasn't rational. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I want you to do this week, and I know you're not a big fan of homework, Brian.
Yeah.
I just want you to simply write down any negative thoughts that you may have.
Okay.
Okay? as soon as they occur, like I'm gonna give you a journal, when you leave, before you leave today, and I just want you to write down the thoughts and the feelings associated with it that pop up.
Okay.
And then we can really get into, the meat and potatoes when you come back next week to kind of identify your thoughts and then identify the feelings. But not only that, are they rational? Are they irrational? Is there some cognitive distortions going on? That way, moving forward, kind of be like second nature to you.
Okay. Like through practicing it?
Right, exactly. Okay. Yep. What are your thoughts about that?
I mean, I'm willing to do it. Like you said, I'm not a big fan of homework, but I think that if it'll make me feel better, I'm willing to try it.
Right, because you do want to feel better, right? Any thoughts about the session? What you've gotten out of it? Or any questions you have for me?
Before I came, I was very, in my head about it, thinking negatively. And I probably did have some cognitive distortions going on. But now I feel like, working with you, I feel like we put it into a different perspective. And I can look at it a bit differently. And I don't know, overall I feel more hopeful.
That's good.
Going forward.
I'm glad that you said more hopeful because that just shows that your willingness to put in, the work to promote overall wellness is there. Okay. So, keep up the good work, Ryan.
I'll try.
So you want to schedule for next week?
Yeah.
Okay. Same time, like 12:15.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday of next week.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then I will see you next Tuesday.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a journal before we leave.
Okay.
And it was nice to meet with you this week.
Thank you too.
Thanks, Ryan.